I'll be back. 3 words that became the most quoted line in action cinema history. And 42 years after a chrome skeleton first walked out of fire in 1984, James Cameron is keeping that promise in the most unexpected way possible. Not with another sequel chasing the same villain through the same timeline. Not with Arnold Schwarzenegger returning for one more iconic appearance. Something considerably more ambitious and considerably more relevant to the world we are actually living in right now. Here is everything confirmed about Terminator 7 as of 2026. James Cameron began working on the script in February 2023, 3 years ago, and has spent that entire time wrestling with a problem that no previous Terminator film ever had to face. The original 1984 film imagined artificial intelligence as pure speculative fiction, a frightening but distant possibility. Real-world AI development has now advanced so rapidly that Cameron has publicly admitted his biggest creative challenge is writing a story that will not be rendered obsolete by actual technological progress before the film even reaches theaters. He told the publication IO9 directly, "Once Avatar: Fire and Ashes marketing concludes, I will have time to write and to consider my next projects. But I at least want to future-proof myself by being a couple of years out." That is not the language of someone treating this as a quick cash-in. That is the language of a filmmaker trying to write science fiction that stays ahead of actual science. Let's talk about what Terminator 7 will not be, because the things Cameron has ruled out are almost as informative as what he has confirmed. Arnold Schwarzenegger will not appear. Cameron stated with unequivocal certainty, "I can safely say he won't be in it." This is not a snub. Cameron has explained that Arnold's role in 2019's Dark Fate was specifically constructed as a fitting conclusion to the character, and that Terminator 7 is not interested in fan-friendly nostalgia callbacks of any kind. Cameron's specific words were that he wants the film to capture the spirit of the original films, rather than continuing their exact storylines. This is being described by people close to the project as a fresh right now. Cameron has indicated the film may explore decentralized AI systems, corporate control over artificial intelligence, unintended technological consequences. Ideas that feel considerably more urgent and considerably more frightening than a single evil mainframe named Skynet ever did in 1984. Here is the honest current status. There is no script yet. Cameron is still compiling ideas, themes, and narrative concepts. There is no green light. There is no casting. There is no release date. James Cameron has confirmed he will not direct. He has not directed a Terminator film since Judgment Day in 1991, meaning the question of who will sit in the director's chair remains completely open. Realistic industry timelines suggest that even if Cameron completes a script he is satisfied with in 2026 or 2027, filming would not begin until 2027 at the earliest, placing a realistic release window at 2028 or beyond. But here is what makes this update genuinely exciting, rather than simply another Hollywood development rumor. James Cameron does not attach his name to projects he is not creatively serious about. He spent over a decade developing the technology required to make Avatar possible, before that franchise's first film ever reached theaters. His patience with Terminator 7, his explicit refusal to rush a script that current AI advancement might render obsolete, is the exact same creative discipline that made his previous franchises into era-defining cinema rather than disposable sequels. "I'll be back" was never just a line of dialogue. It was a promise about persistence. And 42 years after a machine first crossed time to change the future, the man who created that machine is taking his time to make sure the next chapter is worth the wait.